Several years ago, in the midst of managing an Airbnb, I found myself embroiled in an unsettling situation that would forever alter my perception of hospitality. The property, a converted large old house with numerous rooms for guests, served as a backdrop for an inexplicable and chilling series of events. One fateful night, the tranquility of the sleeping house was shattered by a 3:30 a.m. phone call from one of the guests. The urgency in their voice conveyed a sense of imminent disaster, a water leak in the basement. The fear of a burst pipe or some other serious plumbing issue compelled me to swiftly respond. Upon arrival, the exterior of the house bore no signs of distress. However, the unknown menace lurked within, seemingly confined to the basement. As I descended into the dimly lit abyss, the air grew dense with an eerie stillness. An ominous feeling accompanied me as I approached the valve, anticipating a catastrophic water leak. To my bewilderment, the basement revealed no signs of water damage. The valve, when inspected, appeared to be in working order. Yet the absence of water led me to investigate further. As I fiddled with the valve, a sudden rush of water echoed through the silent basement, revealing a startling truth. It had been deliberately shut off. Confusion enveloped me as I pondered the motive behind this bizarre act. The discomfort intensified when the realization hit me. I had not encountered the guests upon entering the house. A disconcerting notion began to take shape. Had the guests orchestrated this scenario to either secure a discount or create an inconvenience? Opting to leave the basement and retrieve my car before confronting the guests, I ascended the stairs. The basement door, however, had other plans. As it creaked open, 3 ominous figures stood in the doorway, a trio of men significantly older than the presumed guest who had called. The voice of the caller emanated from one of them, inquiring if the issue had been resolved. Attempting to mask my unease, I assured them that the water should be flowing again. An unsettling standoff ensued as I attempted to maneuver past the trio, making my way toward the stairs. However, my eyes caught a glimpse of a concealed firearm, nestled ominously in the back of one man's pants. This discovery prompted an adrenaline-fueled rush up the stairs, where the eerie silence of the house intensified the pounding of my heart. A sense of relief washed over me as the armed men did not pursue. Once safely home, I recounted the unnerving encounter to my wife, who insisted on involving the authorities. The ensuing police investigation uncovered a web of deception. The payment card used by the man who posed as a guest was stolen, and valuable items within the house had disappeared. The purported young couple never existed, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. The motive behind the manipulation of the water supply remained elusive. Was it a ploy to avoid payment, a prelude to a more sinister robbery, or a macabre game orchestrated by dangerous individuals? The lingering uncertainty compelled me to rethink my approach to Airbnb management. Subsequently, a decision was made to refrain from visiting the property while guests were present. The unsettling nature of that night lingered, prompting a broader shift away from Airbnb altogether. The house, once a haven for travelers, transformed into a long-term rental, free from the specter of unknown dangers that Airbnb had unwittingly invited. Solo adventures often hold the promise of self-discovery and serenity. However, my solo trip to Salt Lake City last year took an unexpected turn, unraveling into a nightmarish sequence of events that left me questioning the safety of solo travel and the reliability of Airbnb accommodations. The journey began with the quest for an ideal Airbnb, cost-effective, comfortable, and nestled away from the hustle and bustle of city life. A small, seemingly idyllic place emerged on the platform, offering a reprieve from the conventional hotel experience. Little did I know that the tranquility of this cozy retreat would soon be shattered. Arriving at 6 a.m., I eagerly entered the premises, armed with the password provided by the owner. The promise of a peaceful retreat seemed within reach. The fatigue from a 10-hour drive propelled me onto the couch, where I succumbed to the embrace of sleep, anticipating the adventures the next day might unfold. The tranquility of slumber was disrupted by a rude awakening at 10:00 p.m. Blinking away the remnants of sleep, I discovered the TV still casting a faint glow across the room. My groggy state gave way to a more unsettling realization. The front door, which I distinctly remembered closing and locking, now stood ajar. An immediate surge of adrenaline transformed my fatigue into hyper-awareness. With caution as my guide, I softly closed the door, my senses attuned to any hint of an intruder. The inexplicable chill in the air suggested a violation of the sanctity of the space. Armed with a kitchen knife, I embarked on a silent reconnaissance mission, meticulously exploring every nook and cranny of the house. To my relief, the intruder remained elusive, leaving no trace of their presence. In a bid to make sense of the inexplicable breach, I reached out to the homeowner, detailing the unnerving events that had transpired. The silence that followed served only to deepen the mystery, leaving me alone with my thoughts. Late into the night, I secured every possible entry point, locking each door with a heightened sense of vulnerability. The decision to resume my interrupted slumber was overshadowed by an undercurrent of uncertainty. The morning light brought a hesitant calm, albeit one colored by the lingering questions that accompanied the dawn. A second incident, more disconcerting than the first, unfolded as I awoke to a house that seemed both familiar and foreign. The echoes of footsteps outside my bedroom door stirred a primal fear within me. The realization that an unknown entity had infiltrated my sanctuary sent shivers down my spine. As I grappled with the unfolding nightmare, questions loomed large. How had this intruder gained access to a space supposedly secured by the password shared only with the owner? The vulnerability of solitude became palpable, overshadowing the allure of solo travel that had initially drawn me to this venture. In the stillness of the morning, I reached for my phone, intending to dial the authorities. The sound of retreating footsteps halted my resolve, offering a momentary reprieve. A glance out of the window revealed the specter of a person disappearing into the shadows, leaving behind a lingering sense of violation. With a sense of urgency, I relocated to a hotel, seeking refuge from the unsettling Airbnb experience. The quest for solace, however, led to an unexpected revelation. The owner, upon investigation, was proven innocent. The narrative shifted from a potential breach by the homeowner to the disconcerting reality of a random stranger infiltrating the sanctity of an Airbnb rental. The subsequent refund provided by the homeowner served as a meager consolation for the psychological toll inflicted by the experience. The absence of clarity regarding the intruder's motives left me haunted, prompting a reevaluation of the trust placed in the ostensibly secure realm of Airbnb. The allure of an Airbnb, with its promises of unique stays and personalized experiences, often overshadows the potential risks that accompany solo travel. My journey took a harrowing turn during a vacation last year, transforming a routine rest stop into a nightmarish encounter with danger. The chosen destination for respite was a small 2-bedroom Airbnb, selected as a brief layover on the way to the main vacation stay. As the evening settled in, casting shadows across the unfamiliar surroundings, the tranquility of the night was shattered by the unexpected ring of the doorbell. A young, solitary traveler, I was easily alarmed, particularly when alone in the confines of an unfamiliar space. The doorbell's chime echoed through the silence, heralding a sequence of events that would unravel into a tale of fear and vulnerability. Approaching the front door with caution, I was greeted by the muffled whispers of 2 men on the other side. The absence of a safety lock left me vulnerable, and a wave of unease swept over me. In a bid to ascertain their identity, I called out, demanding an explanation for their presence. The men, shrouded in mystery, claimed to be the expected occupants of the Airbnb. An unsettling feeling gnawed at me, prompting further inquiries and requests for verification. One of the men departed, leaving behind a lone figure insistent on engaging in conversation. The absence of clarity deepened my sense of trepidation. A glance through the small window revealed a disconcerting truth. The man I presumed to be the guest faced his car, revealing a clandestine group of 5 individuals, each concealing their identity behind face coverings. The realization struck me with the force of a revelation. This was no ordinary Airbnb encounter. It was an orchestrated plan with ominous implications. Terrified and acutely aware of the impending threat, I retreated, hastily reaching for my phone to summon help. The tense moments that followed, marked by the sounds of footsteps encircling the house, bore witness to a heightened state of vulnerability. The front door, lacking a safety lock, stood as the sole barrier between me and the encroaching danger. As the suspense escalated, the door snapped open, unleashing a torrent of intruders into the seemingly secure space. The invaders, driven by malicious intent, ransacked the house, leaving chaos in their wake. The distant wail of sirens served as an unexpected ally, prompting the intruders to scatter, leaving behind a scene of disarray and violation. The arrival of law enforcement, though timely, offered little solace. The revelation that gangs had been systematically breaking into homes, not for violence but for ruthless robbery, added a layer of horror to the night. The tendrils of criminal intent had encroached upon the realm of hospitality, turning an Airbnb stay into a brush with danger. While the incident may not have been a direct consequence of the Airbnb platform, its implications left an indelible mark on my perception of short-term rentals. The line between sanctuary and vulnerability had been blurred, leading to an enduring sense of anxiety with every subsequent Airbnb stay. The transient nature of these accommodations, once a source of excitement, now harbored the lurking shadows of potential danger. As the shadows of that traumatic night lingered, a profound shift occurred in my approach to accommodation. The desire for unique experiences gave way to a primal instinct for safety, prompting a reconsideration of the risks associated with Airbnb. The quest for a personalized journey had, unwittingly, exposed the vulnerability that lurked beneath the veneer of curated experiences, leaving behind a narrative of caution and a lingering unease in the aftermath of an Airbnb ambush.